Yes, a great good evening to ever conscious Edo people. My name remains Comrade Stanley Usaze Usakwinohudi. I'm supposed to be online before now, exactly 4 o'clock. But due to some unforeseen occurrence that is above my control, I was not able to avail myself as at the time we slated to discuss on the key issues that is affecting our dear states, country in general. Part of the key issue for us to discuss today includes the full and ASL attacks across the country, the Edo State government policy in curbing the Fulani herdsmen attack in the state, the activity of one disgruntled political element who calls himself Mega Comrade Officer Clement Eranomingho. But I think first and foremost, every right-thinking person must first condemn the activities of Fulani X-Men in the country. We agree to the fact that the activities of Fulani X-Men has created more dark days for Nigerians. Regardless of our political affiliation, the truth about the Fulani X-Men must be said, because the number of recorded deaths from the group of selected terrorists is enough for us to raise an alarm. The Fulani attack is not peculiar to Benue State alone. It is taking place almost across the country. The issue about the Benue State own is that it happens to be one of the most conspicuous. And that is why majority of us are talking about the attack that took place in Benue State. Just today, about 10 persons were killed in Kaduna State, this same group. We agree to the fact that this issue is purely outside politics. That was why today when I was in ITV, I said it is purely outside politics. This issue is ethnic issue. Why did I say it is ethnic issue? We agree to the fact that during the IPOB agitation in the southeast, this group didn't use weapons. This group didn't kill a single soul. But at the end of the day, the government at the federal level was fast enough to call them terrorist group before a fierce military onslaught was launched against these people. Some of us begin to wonder, what is preventing the same government from declaring the Fulani group as a terrorist group in the country? What is preventing the full-scale military onslaught against this group of disgruntled political elements that is taking an advantage of political infrastructure or national political infrastructure to perpetuate evil? Some information came as a result of speculation that the group requested 5,000 hectares of land from each and individual states that made up the country to serve the base for them to orchestrate their activities. And I begin to wonder, is the herdsmen business or the cow business owned by the federal government or an individual business? Why would the federal government produce or provide land for an individual that is making a self-profit? If you want to train cow, you want to engage in smell activity, you should be able to get land for yourself. If you cannot get land for yourself, forget about the business. And if you say that we should come up, each state should provide 5,000 hectares of land, that is to say, that is training that is hearing code, the federal government should swear give me 5,000 hectares of land for me to do my business. So we strongly condemn the policemen activities. That doesn't mean that some individual use that as a means to hijack the state political infrastructure to attack the sincere executive governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki. That is where the issue of Eranomingho comes into play. Eranomingho is deceiving Edo people. He is deceiving Nigerians, trying to use the name of Godwin Obaseki as a venture to create economic empire, economic prosperity for himself. We agree to the fact that Edo State have gotten their own fair share in the Fulani hexen activity. And because of the fact that the governor in Edo State and the government in Edo State are the kind of government that listens to the people, there was a bill in the State House of Assembly that died a natural death as a result of the impute of stakeholders that makes up Edo State. They vehemently rejected such bill. And because we have a listening government here in Edo State, the governor decided to listen to the people and allow that bill to die a natural death as a result of the impute of all the people who happens to be a stakeholder in the Edo project. Looking at the State House of Assembly, when this issue was going on, majority of persons submitted their impute. And if the government today in Edo State is the kind of government that operates a totalitarian regime, or a system of government being operated by PFM led by one disgruntled political elite who calls himself Mega Command Officer Clement Eranomingho, who doesn't listen to anybody, I think that same bill will scale through State Assembly. But because the governor of Edo State is a Democrat, because of the fact the governor in Edo State is a governor that listens, he allowed the decision of the people to prevail. Why is Eranomingho now using that as a means to attack the state government? If you look at the entire video of Eranomingho, when Fulani Esme attacked in the north, Eranomingho attacked Obaseki. When they attack in the east, he attacked Obaseki. As if Obaseki is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As if Obaseki is the political decidee of the entire federation. Some of us cannot sit and watch this individual trying to take advantage of the gullibility of some group of persons, not all anyway, quote and unquote, in Europe, to perpetuate evil. That is why we must come out to strongly condemn the activities of those who want to take advantage of the current poor security situation in the country to attack a sincere governor that is doing needful to ensure that the interest of the overall Talakawas in Edo State is being protected. Again, let's look at the Obaseki administration promises. You know, majority of Edo persons in diaspora have not visited Nigeria since the inception of Obaseki administration. So Eranomingho is using that as a means to deceive people, using that as a means to insult the government, using that as a means to turn inside the people against the government of Edo State. Just recently, Eranomingho went to go and lie to people in Europe that there is a grand plan by the Obaseki administration to deport Edos from Europe. Is there any sincere government that will not give room for international relations? Traveling is part of international relations. And we strongly believe that if Nigerian travels to Ghana or Ghana travels to Nigeria, it's an international relation. If Nigerian travel from Nigeria to America, American travel to Nigeria is part of international relations. And let's look at the workings of the Obaseki administration since the inception of this administration in office. When his government came to power, the first thing his government said is, it is no longer business as usual. Those in diaspora be aware. It is no longer business as usual. The government, first of all, ensure that the excessive use of force, aggression, that was taking place in Edo State becomes a thing of the past that was thrown into the trash can of history. As we speak today, there is no individual that will tell you that I've been molested the way it was in the past. And you agree to the fact that the tax policy of the government is organized in a way and manner that everybody smiles when engaging in such. No market woman will say the beats are collecting and so ticket from me. So at least this government deserves some level of appreciation. So if Eranomingho is trying to deceive people, insulting the governor for people to think that the governor is not doing anything, don't believe him. Believe you me, Edo State never started from the inception of Obaseki administration. Edo State divided itself from Bende State in 1993. From 1993 to today, there have been successive administration and regime that have managed the affair of Edo State. Obaseki just came in. As he came in, those who happen to visit Edo State will agree to the fact that this administration has done tremendously well in the area of ensuring steady infrastructure, industrial development, job creation, etc. So, if some persons are trying to deceive the people, trying to make people believe that government is not doing anything, don't believe them. Depend on first-hand information. Don't depend on secondary source of information, because the information given to you guys in Europe by that disgruntled element going on Eranomingho is a lie. I will take questions. But Uyi Usagbofu, you said the Obaseki visited the grave of the Edo citizens who died in the sea. I mean the 26 people. My brother, the truth of the matter is Obaseki is not Jesus. Everybody have their shortcoming. The question is, did you bring it to the notice of the governor that yes, why didn't you, why it was in Europe, why didn't you bring it to the notice that please, this thing is what sacrosanct, visit a particular place. I will tell you that Eranomingho who visited such place, visited as a result of advice given to him. It's not as if he thinks everything with his own memory. So I strongly believe that for us to be able to have good government, it's supposed to be a collective effort. But I will take questions. Let me go directly to the issues on ground. Now, we agree to the fact that when the Obaseki administration came into be, the next thing was to promise 200,000 jobs. Believe you me, the number of jobs that have been created in various sectors of the local economy is very large. I will agree to that. When we say job, we should understand the fact that there are direct and indirect jobs. And if you look at the level of job created in the agricultural sector, believe me, what the governor has done in that area, I believe everybody can attest to that. Everybody can attest to that. That this government has done tremendously well in the area of job creation. And again, it's not as if the job creation strategy has ended. As we speak, the governor is in China trying to secure more agreements with multinational companies to ensure that Edo is being industrialized. As we speak today, Edo North Senatorial District has automatically turned into an industrial hub for speedy economic development in Edo State. Some parts in Edo South has been turned into an industrial hub for speedy economic development in Edo State. What about the industrial park that is being built now? This will go a long way to skyrocket the economic development of the state from the realm of subjectivity down to the realm of objectivity. You get the point? Again, we agree to the fact that Gelegele development that is already on ground will go in no small way to expose Edo State to the entire world. Export processing zone will be there. Seaport as well will be there. And that alone will help to boost the economic potential of this great state. And if somebody is having this political will to do all this, are we not supposed to give him time? You want Obaseki to fix Edo State that has been destroyed while Eranomingho was in Edo State under the template of PDP for so many years. And you are not blaming somebody that just came in for 3 years. Who are to the fact that let's see development. Although I was a little skeptical with the Shomole administration, but the fact that since the inception of the Shomole administration, so from the back of Sumbo administration down to the Shomole administration and to the Obaseki administration, what we are seeing today is tremendous development that is different from what we have been seeing in the past. And I think it's our responsibility to enrich the government with more encomium and criticize where necessary to ensure that the government is on its toes. But in a situation where you are transcending things from the realm of pure criticism to the realm of hatred, people with sane mindset will always confront your ideology because they strongly believe that your action is contrary or it's repugnant to sincerity, justice, and fairness. Now, we'll agree to the fact that Eranomingho is using CFM to lie against the government. And why? Before you can come up with a model that can work, first and foremost, you must ensure that the organization that is criticizing government has the political will and sincerity to allow full democratic system to operate in such organization. As we speak, it is a known fact that PFM is not giving room for democratic principle to prevail. Nobody can advise Eranomingho. Eranomingho don't listen to anybody. Member of executive has become a stooge. Admins of his group, they are nothing. They cannot speak. Eranomingho is all and all. And he tries as possible to ensure that each member of the admin pays the sum of $50 to him, €50 to him every month. So now, is that supposed to be an organization that will represent the interest of the people, or an organization that is now representing the interest of Eranomingho's financial empire and pockets? So, although I want us to understand again that for us to meet up to expectation, it's supposed to be a collaborative effort. It is not a thing that can be done single-handedly by an individual. Government is continuing. There's a difference between governor and the government. There's a difference between the government and the regime. We have the APC regime, we have the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive, which is the government of Edo State. And we have the governor of Edo State, which is the executive governor, Godwin Obaseki. And I think that we, as a people, we must, as a matter of urgency, work together to ensure that the government meets up to all expectations, is not lying to the people. Now, Eranomingho, there is this GoFundMe account that Eranomingho raised during the xenophobic attack in South Africa. Ask members of the admin, those who started People Freedom Movement with him. They have all left. You agree to the fact that GoFundMe were raised for those persons that was injuriously affected by the xenophobic attack. And the goal was, let us use that as a mechanism to cushion the effect of those that were affected with the attack. Believe me, Eranomingho closed, after generating revenue, he closed the account, he pocketed the money without giving a dime to those affected in the xenophobic attack. Is that not enough reasons for us to understand the fact that Eranomingho is only out for his own selfish interest, the detriment of the collective destiny of our people? Now, Eranomingho is in Europe, sleeping with girls, promising them that he wants to organize a program in America under the People Freedom Movement, that the whole of them come to America. We give them invitation for them to come to America. When they get to America, they will marry an American that will give them documents. Is that what People Freedom Movement stands for? Is Eranomingho supposed to be deceiving people? Are you the immigration officer? Why are you extorting our people? You are sleeping with women in Europe. And thank to Eranomingho publicly came out to agree to the fact that he is a womanizer. I can produce a document to that effect for you all to see. I know it is at the doorstep of everybody, and you all are aware. So it is not a thing that Eranomingho can run away from. That is one. There was a time when Eranomingho and his group, members of the administration, donated money by vehicle for a man who complained that His vehicle was attacked because of his activities to project the interest of People Freedom Movement. But at the end of the day, after this money was generated, Eranomingho said he investigated and noticed that the man was lying. He didn't give the man the vehicle. He didn't give the man money. And he didn't return back the money to that. Till date, the money went into the pocket of Eranomingho. Till date, Eranomingho never gave a clear picture of what that money was used for. And nobody in People Freedom Movement was able to ask him questions and was moving as if nothing ever happened. What about 780,000 naira that was generated by members of the same admin to rent an office? I'll give you a pictorial representation after the video of what the office look like as we speak today. Eranomingho office in Slope Ewa Road has been shut down. Anybody that's working for Eranomingho attacks them, he intimidates them, he collects money from everywhere. When he give it to them for them to act, can't imagine. We know Eranomingho. So what we are saying is, you guys should, as a matter of urgency, begin to think twice before falling prey for Eranomingho. So, Edo State government is doing everything humanly possible to ensure that the interest of the people is protected. Some person said that how many roads has it done? The Obaseki administration has done so many roads, but believe me, a sincere government that wants to do the needful is supposed to create an enabling environment. If we can attract just 10 industry multinational company like Guinness Nigerian PLC to Edo State, believe you me, if the whole of them ties their road and they enforce, the government pressures them to enforce corporate social responsibility, believe me, Edo State will be a thing of joy, and it will be aesthetically pleasing, and it will be well designed like the neighborhood concert found by Nicolas Perry in 1928 in the United States of America. So the government of the day is looking how they can create an enabling environment, a safe haven for pure industrialization of Edo State. So, the whole of us should, as a matter of urgency, look for a way to support the government to do needful. Ask Eranomingho, if an attack happens in Benue State, must you blame Obaseki? If an attack happens in Kaduna State, you blame Obaseki. We condemn in strong terms the activities of an X-Men. We condemn it. And no same person will support the activities of an X-Men. And to me, I strongly believe that the actions of the federal government is not enough. The federal government is somehow using double standard, because when Don Wani was accused of allegedly killing over 20 persons during the crossover night, we knew how the military swing into action. As we speak, those perpetrators of crime, quote unquote, alleged perpetrators of that crime, has been brought to book, either by way of unlawful killing, as the case may be, because they were not tried in the court of competent jurisdiction. But it goes to show that there was a firm action from the government. Wherever the IPOB, there was a firm action from part of the government. But what's happening today about the Fulani men? Nothing. Nothing. And you expect our people to be happy? Majority of people are not happy, yes. But what we are concerned about is Eranomingho should use that as an advantage to perpetuate the, because there is no correlation between the documents and the X-Men activity, like Eranomingho is trying to build. In a nutshell, let us tell a simple truth. The truth, and we must say it. Response to some questions raised by friends here on social media. But Odua, you have been a long-time ally, and you are a very, very partisan person. And you can use any of the statement against me, but I don't care. Tell ourselves the truth. Forget about your party affiliation. You are a very strong PDP member, and we have been coordinating PDP activity before now. So it didn't start today. So if you are acting the way, or you are talking the way you are talking now, I will not be surprised, because I know you are being paid of the fact that PDP were not able to amend those. But this is pure outside political interest. Let's look at the real issues. We agree with the fact that some of us criticize this government in the day, but what the government is doing the needful. I'm not supposed to clap for the government. Today, we still need a constructive opposition. Will you now call the activity that not be a constructive opposition? That not be is only shouting, make noise, and that not be has not been able to secure one victory for PDP ever since he became the national chairman, the state chairman of the party. This is because of the fact that not be on his own has nothing to offer. So if we need a very big and robust opposition to place this government in its toes, but what they are doing as opposition is not disorder for that. Please ensure that you stand for justice, fairness, for the overall interest of the state. Now, you are in America, Raf Odua. You are to the fact that after election in the United States, everybody comes together to build a better nation. Elections are over in those states. Elections are over in the state. Let us put election aside. We can start politicking any moment from now for local government activity. And after that, let's put election politicking aside and face through governance. And you agree to the fact that the government in those states is really giving us true governance. Those who are in diaspora that visit those states will agree. There's no way the government can handle this issue at a time. It is going to be one after the other. That's what is supposed to be done. But in a situation like this, everybody wants to say, let me just finish those, they build it overnight. It cannot work that way. It is our responsibility to collectively protect our collective destiny. But expecting the governor to just do everything overnight is going to be an exercise in futility. So let's please, as a matter of policy, support the government of the day. Obaseki support Buhari does not matter to him. That is against the will of the people. My brother, for now, I will advise you to go and get PVC. The election is coming in 2019. Go and vote your choice. I have a responsibility to vote my choice. Nobody tells me what to do. But what I am against is don't liking the failure of the Fulani X-Men attack to the Obaseki administration. They have no correlation. Like the way Eranomingho was trying to paint it. I want to ask you a question. Directly, you, Raf Odua. If you think that there are limitations in your response to right here, I can call you on phone, what it was for everybody to hearing what you are discussing. If you are comfortable with that, let me call you. I would like to get your response because I'll bring out a phone number for you to call. Let's discuss on this issue. Now, the state government here is doing everything possible to build those things. I want to ask you this question. Are you saying that the Edo state government is not doing people? If I know you are not in Nigeria, call your family member in Edo state. They will tell you. They tell you that this government is working and meeting up to all expectations, and the government is designed to salvage this plight of downtrodden in our contemporary. It's a responsibility to give him some accolade. He cannot be a Churchill, so there. He cannot be another noisemaker. He has nothing to offer. That's the truth. He has nothing to offer. How we employ people, know too well, but let us not begin to bring out human information. It be a post for now. I advise Eranomingho and co-travelers to stop and the various activities, stop the cyber terrorism, stop the intimidation, and begin to look for a way to cooperate with the government of Edo State. Okay, just recently, Eranomingho and his squad called me on phone, unleashing different type of threat, intimidation, and I asked a simple question. This Eranomingho, ever since he's using derogatory statement, direct insult the state government, has become this. What are you doing? Who is this man? We will kill you. We will do it the same way he and his member are threatening to kill me. Have anybody done that to Eranomingho? That's to say that this man on his own is just being selfish. He's busy building hotels, building a duplex in GRA with the resources of other persons who are supposed to be good and don't allow him to exploit them. Okay, let me give you my number. You call me. Make it as a sacrifice. I will inbox you the number because for now I cannot display my number publicly. I will inbox you the number that we'll discuss about it. Are you set for it, sir? Okay, let me call you, then you get it, then you call me back. Please excuse me. Let me get my phone. So the truth must be said, our people. We must stand for the interest, the overall interest of our people. Let us not be selfish about it. Let us not be concerned about what we are going to get today. Let's tell ourselves the simple truth. Eranomingho is not sincere enough at all in any way. And as a matter of urgency, we must curtail its excesses if we must meet up to all expectations. It's our collective responsibility. Nobody can go handle the Edo State no matter what. It is going to be a collective effort. Please give me some minutes. Okay. Okay. 1, 6, 4. I'm giving you a call now, sir. Rafodoa. You are saying Desmond, you are saying nobody is a big thief. That is what are your facts? I've given you facts about Eranomingho. Hello, Rafodoa.
Yeah, hi.
Good evening.
Okay, you want me to call you back?
Yes, call me back. It's going to be a beautiful debate. Call me back. So that is Desmond. Please, it's not about Obaseki a thief. Come out with substantial evidence and facts. I have given you facts about your Eranomingho I has been expecting from people. But you've not been able to give me a single fact. You are just saying Obaseki is a thief. Is that a statement? I will agree to the fact that you are very, very gullible. Sorry for using such statement. Because you have been attacking me times without number social media without any fact. If you are giving, I am not saying you should not continue to give Eranomingho your money. You can. It's your own responsibility. You can continue. But it's our responsibility as well to liberate the overall Edo people from falling prey into the gimmick of Eranomingho, this co-traveler. Is that big for us to ask? So please and please, let us all, as a matter of urgency, check the. Let me pick this call. Hello? Hello?
Hello, yeah, hi. Yeah, this Raf.
Yeah, okay, Rafodoa. First and foremost, you are my leader. Regardless of our political affiliation, I'm very fine, sir.
Okay. First of all, this you have been I don't know how you pronounce the name. The issue is very childish, you know.
People are listening to you, sir. Continue.
We are not. I don't think is not interested in all the language. What do you I don't know. You know, so firstly, it does not make sense what you are saying at all regarding him. It's too personal. He's not a governor.
No.
Then, second of all, I want to ask you one question first.
Okay.
Obaseki, the owner of co-owner of Afri Invest.
Okay, go on.
No.
Go on. Yes.
Is he the co-owner of Afri Invest? Okay.
Yes.
And Afri Invest, does Afri Invest have interest in is Afri Invest the co-owner of Edo State University in Yabo?
No.
No?
Yes. No.
You are wrong.
No.
Afri Invest owned by Obaseki has a share.
Okay.
In that university.
No.
Edo University.
Okay, now, Rafodoa, but
and are you aware?
Rafodoa, excuse me, sir.
Obaseki is allocating 900 million of Edo State money to a private university.
Okay, now, listen, Rafodoa, with all sense of respect and humility, we agree to the fact that the issue on ground is what we are supposed to discuss, because you have extended it beyond the boundary of what I will yes, I want to react to you, sir. I want to react want to react to you. Decorum. Decorum. Decorum, sir. Decorum, sir. Decorum, sir. Let us not allow emotion. Let us not allow emotion to becloud our sense of the judgment in this issue. You ask a question, and you are not supposed to be a judge in your own case. Now that you've asked a question, you have obliged me with the opportunity to react. Sir, without sense of respect and humility, I begin to wonder why many of us are now, because of the fact that there is a well-organized political consciousness in the state, we all are now looking for a way and manner to attack this government in application. Have you not been around in Edo State years 1999 under the tutelage of governor the PDP then government of Edo State? What has been your role in addressing the plight of the people? What has been your role? So, the truth is, we have been members of People's Democratic and we know what is happening. So now that the government is doing the needful to address the plight of the people, are we not supposed to be clapping? I'm not supposed to. I'm not saying that we should not engage in constructive criticism. I'm saying to be glad of reasoning. No, Rafodua, I know you too well. Rafodua, I know you too well. You never support the APC administration, no matter what the APC does. Rafodua, I'm not saying that there is no room for criticism. You decide what situation where you want to.
Look, let me tell you, I'm from home. Okay, my government is ruled by PDP. The state is ruled by PDP. The federal government is ruled by PDP. Why did I be talking about PDP?
Okay, now I want to ask you a simple question. How many years have the APC stayed in the federal level?
How many years does it take to fix it?
Okay, for 16 good years. Listen now. For 16 good years. For 16 good years, Rafodua, you were there clapping, including me. We were clapping the PDP. But now that they restrain the government, we want everything to be done within a call of an eye. Is that what you're saying, Rafodua? Now, you have been there since for 16 good years. You were clapping for the Jonathan administration, you were clapping for the Obasanjo administration, and all of us were clapping for the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua administration. But as of today, you want to ensure that the Nigeria is peace within 24 hours. Okay, Riyad, sir.
Let me hear. Firstly, Buhari has been power for about 3 years.
Okay.
It took him 3 years to appoint the board.
Okay.
But let us take FEMA board, for example. FEMA board, they are in charge of the road.
Yes.
Principal way to the Senate that FEMA don't have budget because they don't have board. For 2 years, they did not pass road because the president refused to appoint the board members. Now election is closed, he wants to appoint board members. You know, you are the dead people, some of the party members that have crossed to APC.
And that's action we're condemned by all our sundry. Listen, get the point clearly. See, get the point clearly. My action here.
People are dying when they
Are we condemning that action right now? Are we not condemning that? People are... Okay.
You should be ashamed to say you are supporting Buhari.
I am not supporting Buhari. Listen, Rafodua. I ask you a simple question, Rafodua. I want to ask you a simple question, Rafodua. Are you trying to say, I ask you about the Edo State government development. Are you trying to say that the Edo State government is not doing anything now?
I said, Obaki is using our money to fund Oshomole University.
What about your governor? What about the Edo State governor, Lucky Medio, that was indicted and agreed in the court of competent jurisdiction? He lent Edo money. What did you say about that? After agreeing publicly in a court of competent jurisdiction that he looted Edo State.
They give 1 million years improvement.
Listen, listen. Okay, Rafodua, we are looking at the double standard.
He's a criminal. He has house in Atlanta. He has a house all over the place.
Then what about Lucky? Please, can you tell us about the Lucky regime? Can you tell us about the Lucky regime? I don't people want to hear from you about the Lucky regime.
Yes.
Tell us about it, please.
Let's you allow me to talk.
Okay.
Let's take education. But the two hostels in the faculty in the university.
Okay.
When we try the university, the British University charging those students 1.5 billion.
Okay.
1.5 million.
Okay. See, Rafodwa.
Two faculties. Yes,
when last did you visit Edo State?
When
last did you visit Edo State, Rafodwa? When last did you visit Edo State? Rafodwa, you are happy with you saw it? Rafodwa, be sincere to yourself. Be sincere to yourself. Go and check.
Is
that what you mean? Is that what you think? Is that what you think? I cannot discuss my personal. I cannot discuss my personal life right now, Rafodwa. But if you want to know, at least that different everybody can work in the ministry of Parastata. Everybody cannot work in the ministry of Parastata. But Rafodwa, let's be sincere to ourselves. It is your responsibility. Somebody said, look at what somebody said now. He said Rafodwa is an embodiment of corruption. Is that true? Somebody said Rafodwa is an embodiment of corruption. Is that true? So please, Rafodwa, let us be sincere to ourselves. Let us, as a matter of urgency, be sincere to ourselves. And those government has done the truth, and it's our responsibility to support the government. And Lucky is not corrupt. Okay, who won the election? 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 Are you sure now that you have been able to show to the world that the sentiment you are whipping right now is as a result of your political affiliation? But we are not talking. As I'm here now, I am discussing a political discussion. As I'm here now, my decisions are not political. My statement here are not political, but you are being political in your discussion because sentiment has been clouded your sense of reasoning when it comes to the issue of the Edo State government.
And you know what? You know what are suffering. You take money from them to vote. You collect a bag of rice to vote. They're going to steal your money. They're going to steal money. I tell you that corruption.
So you have forgotten how Igbinedion plunged the state to the backwater of economic decadence? You have forgotten now because Obaseki is ruling?
It's corrupt like Obaseki.
Oh, look, Igbinedion is corrupt like Obaseki. Listen, you don't have any fact. You don't have any fact against Obaseki, Rafodwa. You don't have any fact against Obaseki, Rafodwa.
I have facts.
What are your facts? Listen.
We use calculation to send them to jail.
Rafodwa, I know you before. We've engaged ourselves time without number before we became friends politically. And right now that we are having the different political ideology, I already know where you stand. Your decision right now is on the basis of the fact that you are a member of PDP. You are a member of PDP, and you want PDP to rule those states. And there's no way PDP can rule those states, Rafodwa. If you want, this is the same thing that I'm having with. This is the problem I'm having with Eranomingho. You guys are talking from your comfort zone in America. Leave America and come to Edo State. Come. When you were in Edo State, where I expect you to come out on a live video that you are in Edo, let young men in Edo State engage you. Instead of us to discuss on the real issue, you are trying to go into my personal affair. Rafodwa, the truth is, the truth is, if I'm not comfortable in Edo State, by now I'll be in America. I have the capability in America anytime, any day. But because of the fact that I am comfortable in Edo State, I am comfortable with the regime here in Edo State, and things are working fine.
You don't have job. That's understandable. You don't have job. So you're paid to go around every day to be shopping somebody or Eranomingho, not the governor of the district. So if you have any personal problem with him, go and settle it.
Okay, Rafodua, let's listen to ourselves, please. Let's listen to see. With sense of humility, good. Let's listen to ourselves with all sense of humility. Sir, Rafodua, I will not want to digress from the usual respect I have for you. So I will listen to you while you listen to me. Regardless of our discussion right now, I promise you.
Excuse me. I don't matter. I don't care. It doesn't matter the people.
Yes. Okay. Now, decorum. Decorum. Let's listen to ourselves.
I'm not talking about the companies that I'm talk about.
Oh yeah, listen, decorum. Let's listen to ourselves. Can we listen to ourselves? Can we listen to ourselves now? Can we listen? This sentiment. I cannot whip up sentiment. Let's listen to ourselves. Now, on a daily basis. On a listen. Listen, on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you agree to the fact that whenever Eranomingho wants to discuss, I know as a sincere person, if there is attack in Benue, are you supposed to blame a state government? Are you supposed to blame a state government? If there is attack in Abuja, Eranomingho will blame a state government. If there is attack in Eranomingho will blame a state government. Is it supposed to be so? If you guys are sincere enough, let's discuss on core issues. When also the development, is there any government? You want to rob me, Destiny? Destiny, why not? You want to come and rob me? Are you a thief? Why are you asking me? Okay, I want to know if I have money for you to come. I don't have any money, please. So let me move freely. So,
to give you job.
Okay, thank you very much for your video. Thank you very much. This is my job. 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 This is my job.
You cannot think well.
Yes, thank you very much. Rafodua, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your input. But the truth of the matter is, I want to advise you, whenever you want to discuss about any political issues, ensure that you are sincere enough. Don't depend on your political affiliation to address issues. You pay deaf ear to the atrocities of the PDP while you want to discuss about Obaseki as if is it supposed to be so? Look, video is a set. Thank you, Rafodua. That was Rafodua coming from the United States of America, and we agree to the fact that Rafodua is a member of the Democratic Party, a very strong one. Rafodua will never agree that there is mistake on the part of the PDP. All he's concerned about is the administrative lacuna on the part of APC. So I will say thank you much for your call. And for those other persons who are listening to this program, advise Eranomingho and his co-travelers. If you want the attack to get reduced on your dimension, as Eranomingho, as much as possible to be sincere. Nobody's against strong opposition. But when opposition goes beyond normal, or because of the fact that you want to savage the detriment of the people, majority of persons will school you and want to tell you the simple truth. So please, I wanted the video to be laconic and direct to the point, but because of the call from Rafodua from the United States of America, he digressed from the real issues because he has some little sentiment that he has against the Edo State government. But it's simple. Edo State started since 1993, and the Obaseki administration has just taken 2 years. I begin to wonder, why is this government? Why are the people attacking up? Why are the few persons attacking Obaseki from diaspora? They expect Obaseki to build Edo State within a colon. It will be difficult. It cannot be achieved just like that. What the governor is doing it rightly, and I strongly believe that at the end of 8 years. The scorecard will be submitted to Edo people by Edo people, and the result, I strongly believe, will be efficacious. So again, Rafodua, thanks for your calling. Thanks for calling from the United States of America. But the truth is, I will advise some of you to leave your comfort zone. Come to Edo State. Let us engage in the agitations together. If you are in Edo State some months ago, you hide. You were with Fares Okpere, according to you. You hide. You didn't come say I'm in Edo State. Let young, sincere mind engage you on real issues. But now you run back to the United States. You are throwing Trump from the United States. Why those persons that are soft-replied, according to you, here try to address the issue? I will advise some of you to emulate Ambassador John Osaige, who left the United States to Nigeria to join hands with the government to address part of the problem. As we speak, even the United States of America that you are calling from, the economy is being driven by SME, while government is there to create an enabling environment. And the government of the state is synonymous with American government. The government of Edo State is creating an enabling environment, and I think we should support such enabling environment by ensuring that you and I attract multinational company to come to Edo State to increase the level and capacity or capability of employment generation here in the state. As a graduate, you are not supposed to be looking for employment. You are supposed to be looking for empowerment. Empowerment is sacrosanct. It is not employment. You cannot work with somebody and become a billionaire. Dangote is not working anywhere. Dangote is establishing. So what should be doing now is establish, employ people. We are employers of labor, and we need to do that. For those who wants to know, if you want to know, raise a post about that, and I will address that issue. You cannot bring in other issue separate from what I am supposed to discuss. I have what I'm discussing, and that's what I'm concerned about. No matter what, we'll continue to speak the truth to the masses of the people. It's our responsibility. Yes, Rafodua, I still respect you. I still like you as a person. But please, next time, be sincere enough to discuss about those things. The Edo State government is doing the needful to address our problem. We are not saying that you should not oppose. We need a constructive position that will put the government on its toes. But a situation where we are aggressive from the issue because of the fact that we have our own interest, I think the resultant will not be efficacious. Thank you very much for the live video. Once again, I remember my humble self, Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwenokwodin. Your friend, your brother, your ally, will continue to speak truth, and the truth shall always set us free. Wayawesi.